Hello guys, Reapermans, whatever you guys are. Welcome to part 2. Made in like an hour apart from part 1 because I'm too impatient to wait. So now we're going to be doing characters, human characters, and in-universe characters as well. Manfred Lorenz. The illustrious, I don't know how to speak. The whatever this word is, creator of Catastrophe Crow and Ocean Quest and lead programmer at now defunct Opus Interactive. Noted perfectionist and receiver of 2 golden joysticks and an AIAS Hall of Fame award. Late in development of Catastrophe Crow, his home life had fallen apart and he had not seen his family for months. In the final months, he was the final and only developer on the project, and all other staff members were let go. Kind of dark. Believed to be dead after his disappearance off of Cuxhaven, he left a cryptic note to his wife that said, among other things, that he had finally gone home. Recent email correspondence with a ML suggests he is still alive and aware of the search around Catastrophe Crow. The names of the channels can also be merged together to form his name, and ML comments about them confirm that ML created them. Created them. Retro Game Collectibles, the eBay seller who sold Adam's cartridge, is believed to be Manfred and intended to sell the game to Nils, but Adam bought it instead. Who's Nils? You're gonna find out. Maybe you've already watched the Game Theory video and you already know, and this is useless, but whatever. Evidence for ML being Manfred Lorenz. Initials match. ML speaks of Marta in the third person, speaks of Nils as a family member, familiar with the events surrounding Catastrophe Crow, and apologized to a former Opus employee. Pretty solid evidence, if I do say so myself. Marta Lorenz left the country before Manfred's disappearance and was the addressee of his last letter. Her current whereabouts are unknown. Wow, like this is super long, and then this is like 2 seconds. Thea Lorenz, I mean. Drew the original drawing that inspired Catastrophe Crow, possibly dead. Well, that's not good. Nils Lorenz. The email from ML suggests that Nils is alive, or if he was incapacitated, he was still in a state where it would be reasonable for him to be alive. His current whereabouts are unknown. He hasn't mentioned what's in What Happened to Crow 64. Adam Butcher, a YouTuber, writer, and director who helped create What Happened to Crow 64, the video which started the community. Despite his research and role in Catastrophe Crow's attention, he hasn't made few public statements about the game since the original video, aside from a tweet acknowledging a fanzine. I have no idea what a fanzine is, but whatever. Luke Butcher, brother of Adam, co-creator of What Happened to Crow 64. He's a doctor of theoretical physics. That's cool. Ulrich Aderman. Or it would be Aderman. Whatever. Former lead programmer at Opus Interactive and owner of a Twitter account. What? Possesses game developed documentation and an old workstation from which he dumped the ROM for the game. He had been oddly quiet since doing so, now replying on Twitter for over a month. That's how I got the game, because he dumped it. That's how I have it on my computer. Alright, now we do the Crow 64 characters. Mr. Crow. The protagonist of the game has typical platform skills, including ledge grabbing, wall jumping, and a triple jump aided by his wings. Due to an injury, he is unable to fly, and his left wing is held in a bandage. Generally agreed to represent Thea Lorenz. His name is given as Mr. Crow in the Planet 64 scan, but simply as Crow in N64 Future Look. As the first was from 1997 and the second from 1999, it is possible that his name was changed between the two articles. This could also suggest that Manfred had begun to project Thea more onto Mr. Crow. I mean, project, not project, not project. His name is given as Mr. Crow and gender as male in this document yeah. Oh, I skipped some part. And gender as male in this document for the sake of yeah. Thea's drawing gives his name as Catastrophe Clark. Catastrophe Clark, which is German for Catastrophe Crow. Oh, what do you know? Evidence supporting Mr. Crow representing Thea. She created the original design for Catastrophe Crow. This is only for your little brother now from keyboard cipher number 1. Suggests that Thea Lores is dead. Oh, goody goody. In Crow language, Thea becomes Crow. Dead Crow appears in the room that is Thea's original Catastrophe Crow drum. So there's Thea. Whoa! Magical. Brother Crow. Almost certainly a separate character from Mr. Crow, and possibly the same character as Crawler, whoever that is. The Brother Crow appears in Let's Play Catastrophe Crow Episode 1 and Forest Level after Mr. Crow interacts with the mirror in the Forest Level. Unlike Mr. Crow, he is missing the bandage on the right wing, has green eyes, and is also shorter. He is believed to represent Nils. Unlike Mr. Crow, he is able to fly, with no apparent limits seen so far, allowing him to travel to parts of levels that Mr. Crow is unable to reach. Evidence supporting Brother Crow representing Nils, shorter than Mr. Crow, paralleling how Nils was shorter than Thea. Father Crow's comment about how you always looked alike in Let's Play Catastrophe Crow Episode 1, if Thea is Mr. Crow, then allows that Nils' representative looks like Thea's. Nils, in Crow language, decodes to Crow in plain text. Inside the Unity project, he is called Brother Crow. Father Crow. A glasses-wearing older Crow, presumed to be the father of Mr. Crow. No official name known. I don't know why I said no matter. No official name known. General consensus among the researchers is that he represents Manfred. Briefly becomes the player character at 11:26 in What Happened to Crow 64? Until the end of the video after Mr. Crow falls down the stairs. He also jumps off his boat earlier in the video. Evidence supporting the Manfred equals Father Crow theory. Father Crow's jumping off a boat with computer equipment in What Happened to Crow 64? Paralleling Manfred's disappearance and presumed death in the North Sea. Wait, I already read that part. Is the only worker at the work building and is apparently a programmer. Is a father, like Manfred, fits in with the general consensus that Mr. Crow represents Manfred's child, and wears glasses like Manfred. Dead Crow. What appears to be a heavily injured Crow, found at the end of What Happened to Crow 64? Possibly represents Thea Lorenz, and maybe the same as Mr. Crow, since Dead Crow only appears when Father Crow is the played character. Notably, appears in a room that has Thea's original drawing. Dead Crow is also the crow that appears most like a real-life crow, ignoring the missing head. Perhaps the person it represents had a head injury. Alright, creatures. Peter's NPCs featured in Catastrophe Crow. Their names are as below, listed from left to right. Scarecrow, Crawler, Monks, Flying Fish, The Trees, and Scarecrow. Oh wait, I already said Scarecrow. Sorry, it's really late. It's 12:21. Let me show you. 12:21. It's past midnight. I'm gonna go to bed soon, but I have to make this video first. Scarecrow, who first appeared at 7:50 in What Happened to Crow 64? And Crawler appear after Mr. Crow falls down the stairs and approaches him. The bags over their heads are called money bags in the Unity dump. The family photo and Catastrophe Crow in 64 suggest that they represent Marta and Nils, respectively. Crawler also bears resemblance to Scarecrow. Sorry, my bad. Where was I? Monks appear in the Planet 64 scan, 2 minutes and 9 seconds, and What Happened to Crow 64. I'm not going to read it the way I've been reading it because I'm tired of doing that voice. And I believe he had 45 seconds in the video. They appear in both a large, about 5 times Mr. Crow's height, and small, about Mr. Crow's height sizes. The flying fish appear in What Happened to Crow 64 at 2 minutes and 8 seconds, and Let's Play Catastrophe Crow 64 Episode 1, starting at 1 minute and 58 seconds. In contrast to real fish, which have vertically oriented tail fins, the flying fish have sea mammal-like horizontally oriented tail fins. The trees appear in Catastrophe Crow development documents and turn to face the player. Their eyes called Evil Eye in the workstation dump. Sir Cat, the original intended villain of the game, he has not made an appearance in any of the videos or scans. His name sounds a lot like Circuit. The only reference to him in the Unity files are the Catanic circles found in Toyland's directory. I don't know these words. Alright, 2 more. Pawns appears briefly in What Happened to Crow 64 and November 24th. Considering the credits seen from the workstation dump, they are believed to represent Opus Interactive's employees. That kind of makes sense that they're called pawns, you know? Teddy Bear appears most prominently in Let's Play Catastrophe Crow 64, Episode 2, November 21st and December 5th, where it gives a code. In the workstation dump, it's called Player, suggesting that it represents the player, whether that be the players of Catastrophe Crow and Universe, the participants of the ARG, specific individuals such as Thea or Nils, or some combination of those possibilities. The fact it was replaced briefly with Brother Crow and a pawn in November 24th leads credence to the idea that Teddy Bear represents more than one thing, considering its repeated appearance as a prop. It may have a second meaning, too. That is all for this part of the document. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment if you want me to play the game. Also comment if you want me to read more of the document. This is a very long document, so this is going to take me a very long time. But I will do my best. And, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, remember to learn science, eat sushi. I'm going to go to bed now. I bid you farewell.